want to play this clip for you.
And because it was a 4-lane highway that was accessible, my mother drove us, and rather than us be able to walk. And guess what? The first frost, you know what was happening? You had to put on your windshield wipers to get literally the oil slick off the window. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer. And why can't, for the longest time, Delaware had the highest cancer rate in the nation.
That wasn't a slip of the tongue.
No.
Windshield wipers to get literally the oil slick off the window. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer.
Now, they claimed at the time, skin lesions. That's what he was talking. Nobody, the first thing I thought was talking about oil slicks on the windshield. Nobody who gets skin lesions goes, oh, it's the oil slicks on the windshield. So I talked with Dr. Drew earlier today. You just made a point about denying him the treatment. Mm-hmm. And what Dr. Drew brought up is the possibility that they intentionally withheld treatment because the treatment for prostate cancer is, I forgot the terminology, but it is effectively stopping androgens. He said in the past, they'd literally just castrate men to slow the progress of the cancer. Now they do things like Lupron, which will inhibit androgens and slow the progress. However, it will impair you cognitively. And so it may be that they knew he had cancer, and there are concerns about if we give him this treatment and he's already showing signs of Parkinsonism, you'll make it substantially worse.
Yep. And wasn't that video around the same time of the Ben-Hur interview?
I think this is 2022. I don't think Ben-Hur was it 23?
Is this from when the ship hit the bridge?
No. I don't think so.
Oh, I thought it was.
Well, no, that was 22. I know,
okay.
But so all I'm saying is because the Hur, he was talking and rambling then as well. Couldn't remember when his son, died, and he's kind of rambling now. It's the same kind of ramble that's taking place, and he's just, kind of willingly, oh yeah, and I've got cancer, throwing it out there. I remember posting that on Facebook, and I'm pretty sure I got hit with a fake news strike, like, oh no, he didn't say he had cancer. It's not what he meant. It's like, it's what he said.
What's funny is that he lies so much about his life and the things that he's done.
Yeah.
That some actually could have entertained the fact that he was saying I have cancer as a lie for sympathy. So many people affected by the pollution.
But now we know he had it.
Oh yeah.
So he wasn't lying. He was spilling the beans on accident.
I think he's got every disease, every single one of them.
He sounds like it.
Yeah, it's like Mr. Burns.
Yeah.
When he has the oversized novelty germs.
Yep.
Because Dr. Drew says he has Parkinsonism, which is the hands are shaking, the face is masked, droopy, and what did he call it? I forgot what he described a bunch of things. He's a doctor. I'm not a doctor. He's got all these medical terms, but he knows more about this than I do. But he basically laid it all out that we don't know why he was suffering these symptoms. Maybe it was Parkinson's. Maybe it was age related. His doctor certainly knows. So we need those answers.
Exactly.
And then you combine that with the fact that the dude clearly has cancer. I wonder if, what he also mentioned was really fascinating. One of the side effects of treatment for prostate cancer is falling, muscle atrophy, diminished cognition.
Maybe he was getting treated. And that's
right.
Part of the other reason why his mind was so gone. He couldn't walk upstairs. Couldn't ride a bicycle. Right? Couldn't stop on a bicycle.
Anti-androgens is what he was.
Yes.
Yeah, anti-androgens.
So, I had another thought. You guys remember back in the end of the Trump term, the first term, Nancy Pelosi put together that committee, the 25th Amendment Committee through Congress?
Yeah.
And at first, everybody said she's trying to create a way to get rid of Trump. And then there was kind of like 30 minutes of that. Then everyone went, nah, she's talking about Joe Biden.
Yeah.
This was before he got elected.
Yeah, it was.
And
she knew.
That's
I
right.
bet they all knew. But they didn't have a better candidate at that point.
Exactly. You know what I think? I think they knew that he was terminal. I think they had a meeting and said, what if we lose Congress? Would Kamala Harris actually invoke the 25th and get rid of this guy? Would we actually be able to get it through Congress? Nope. Republicans are going to be like, nah, we're not getting you out of this one. You're gonna rock this bad presidency. So she took action while they still had a majority and wanted to make sure she could to create this 25th Amendment Committee so that they had an independent board that could remove Joe Biden when they felt necessary. But it also is about what information they want to give out. Yeah. I think the play was Joe Biden gets in, he dies, Kamala Harris becomes president.
Dies or has to step down because he's got cancer, either one. But I think that was 100%. I think that was the play as well. That was their goal. That was their end game. And again, the auto pin proves that he was a puppet the whole time. Yeah. That's
where it's scary.
Somebody else was running the country, not Joe. not even Kamala at that point. At that point, I think during any point, I think that's what we really need to find out is who was the one behind Joe that was actually making the decisions for our country.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't Joe.
Yeah. And
that was our goal. Get Joe across the finish line. And then when they saw that wasn't going to work, let's throw Kamala in at the last minute, give her all the money in the war chest.
Maybe
she got as VP on the ticket, which again, all that should
maybe they really thought that women of color, regardless of personality, could win.
They did that with Obama though.
Yeah.
So many. Like I got blasted by like I'm half black, right? My dad's side is black. My mom's side is white. And so my mom always said I got the best of both worlds. and I believe I do. But my dad's side of my family, so many of them voted for Barack because he was black, as did so many of the black community. Yeah. I did not because of the issue of abortion. I said, I don't care what color he is. He voted against a bill that would provide medical treatment to babies that survived abortion, and he voted in favor of partial birth abortion. I don't care what color this guy is. He's not getting my vote.
I don't know.
But the black vote did overwhelmingly go to Obama, and I think the white sympathizers, like, oh, a black president would be great, and he sounds great and everything else. I don't think it worked. It didn't work with Kamala. It didn't have the same effect.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.